Hello there and welcome back to another Wuthering Waves Ranged Only playthrough. This time I actually want to deal with technically all the world bosses that are currently in the game and the story of Mount Firmament. There's like a day before the next patch comes out. There's no gun characters, and I don't think there's any in 1.3 either, so we might have to wait till 1.4 for that, why did I choose guns? I don't know, I just found them fun, and I thought, yeah, hey, like, it's gonna be a challenging account, because it's only 4 stars, maybe we'll get 1 5-star later. Should have went for like Broad Blades, get Jinshi. Anyway, that's me. My complaints are besides the point. So what I want to do right now, I want to start with Scar, of course. So do Scar. Then we also have the Bellborn Geoshalon. I don't know how I would pronounce that. And of course, there is also Dreamless over here. But after we're done with the story for Mount Firmament, no, that's the hologram, we'll also get access to Jue, which I want to get through the story for Mount Firmament in this episode as well. Just skim through it like I did with the story last episode. I will be talking about, what I liked about the story from 1.1, because that one, it would be more recent, especially since I haven't done the main story in a while, because, it's been 2 patches almost since I initially did it. But yeah, let's start it straight away with Scar and the other weekly bosses.
Silence! As you wish. You missed. Ally of justice. Heads up. Catch up. Count me in. Back. Let you do business. Oh, bring it on. Time for hot action. Heads up. Close one. Count me in. Still higher than down. Inferno. You're no match. Burn to ashes. Catch up. I'll fire it up. Count me in. You. Mind my bar. Burn. Testing output. Better keep up. Oh, bring it on. Watch and learn. Ally of justice. I'll fire it up. Count me in. Let the bullets fly. Heads up. Heads up. Over here. Close one. Count me in. Better keep up. Oh, bring it on. All day. Ally of justice. Count me in. Back. Let you do business. I'll fire it up. Boom, headshot. Count me in. Count me in. Heads up.
So yeah, were those 3, and I know that some of you might have been screaming, "Oh, you got a notification at your resonators." Yes, I do. I forgot about it, okay? I told myself I'm gonna do it before I start the fights, but I forgot about it, and I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do it mid. Yeah, we have a new constellation for Trisha. Now, I have not done any pulls. off camera, unless I did one from like the past level up. But I got this from the shop actually, because there was one available, and I was like, yeah, this is gonna be worth it, because you know Chishi is currently our main DPS, and it's gonna be for at least 2 more patches, at the very least, if not longer. So yeah, during Resonance Liberation Blazing Flames, for every 1 target defeated, Shisha recovers 5 Resonance Energy up to 20 each time. This is pretty good against groups of enemies, but against like bosses and solo targets, it's gonna be okay. Now, I have a problem. I also have this thing called the Soul Resonance Phase 2. Oh wait, never mind. No, sorry, never mind. I thought I saw the golden sign here, but I forgot that I don't have the ascension phase as you know, my main quest. So yeah, it's time to actually start the 1.1 quest. Now that is almost the end of 1.1. But yeah, let's begin. Hello. And here we have our dear little Abby. Oh, there's actually more animation going on. Oh, it's I wanted to talk about Abby. Anyway, let me talk about Abby during this little cutscene.
All right, him. All eyes on me.
I gotta say, I don't know. I feel like it's mainly the fact that the voice is not really as abrasive as Paimon. Like Paimon's voice is a bit too high pitched, especially post Liyue, because early on Paimon's voice is actually pretty nice. It's a normal sounding voice, but as you go through the game it sounds more and more high pitched. And now you might be asking, why are you comparing it with Genshin again? Because it's a flying sort of mascot sidekick to the main character who's gonna travel and the world. Like, it's obviously sort of a mascot to the game that's gonna be your sidekick, like just like Paimon. So yeah, but I don't know, until this point, and I think another reason I feel like more okay about Abby is because Abby doesn't talk as much, right? In Genshin, the reason why Paimon talks as much is because Paimon also talks for the Traveler pretty much, repeats what the Traveler would say or what the NPCs say for the Traveler, etc, etc. While in this game, the main character actually properly talks, both more through dialogue but also more through their own voice. Unlike in Genshin, where we hear the Traveler every once in a blue moon. Anyway, that's besides the point. So yeah, I don't know, I kind of like Abby's character. It feels a lot more... a lot more of a combative spirit, right? Like, yeah, like she's more of a fighting spirit, more mischievous when you really think about it. And again, I do enjoy her voice. I do enjoy her dialogue. But yeah. Anyway, that's about it from me for Abby, though. Let's see what's next.
I happen to be waiting for someone too.
Hello, Changli, and thank you very much for the umbrella. I was soaking over here waiting for you. How's it going? Are you the Wayfinder? Yes, of course you are.
I'm Chun-Li, your Wayfinder.
And also, if you guys didn't know, Jinshi's mentor. Now, I haven't done Changli's story quest, which I really should have done at the very least, well, on my main, because I could here since it's I'm gonna have her as a trial, and since it's not main story, I don't really want to allow myself to do them, since, you know, they don't give much. They give like 100 asterite, I think, but still. So yeah, that's gonna be quite interesting when I'll get to do it. And here we are on Mount Firmament. Now, I find it funny how we can't really see the big mountain yet because of this little like cliff here. But yeah, I wanted to bring you guys because I really enjoyed these puzzles. Like all the puzzles that have to do with like time manipulation, while simplistic. Ooh. And boop. Got the chime before even doing the puzzle. Oh, there's one behind here as well. Yeah, I'll have to get to collecting a bunch of different things. Like I have lots of Sonance caskets to collect. I have a bunch of waypoints to unlock. And now the chimes, but these are really cool because I like the way, you know, the animation. They're quite snappy and fast, right? And they look really nice. And it's, again, as I said, a simplistic type of puzzle. The puzzles with this time manipulation thingy, but they're fun. Not gonna lie. Like, yeah, Genshin has more complexity within its puzzles, at the very least during the Inazuma part of the game, which I still don't know why they decided to do way easier puzzles instead of going with it, right, and doing them you know, decently hard. But yeah, the ones in Wuwa aren't really hard, but they are fun, right? Which sometimes it's way more important to have a fun puzzle rather than a hard puzzle. This place is gorgeous. Like, I'm really excited to see the future of Wuwa, right? Like, the normal world that we've seen in 1.0 looks really nice. Mount Firmament is beautiful, and I'm really excited to see especially any future, like, regions, like thematically different regions that we're going to see.
You're...
Ah yes, Miss Dragon Scale Girl, who thinks she can do everything on her own, huh? Yeah. Also, I do find it interesting how we are, as a rover, you are immune to the time effect, like, entirely. Meanwhile, like, normal people get frozen if they're in here, and Changli gets affected because she entered it. I don't know, it's weird. But I do like one thing, the lore of Jinshi is actually really, really nice. So I kind of wanted to cover it after I beat Jue, but it's quite interesting because Jinshi was born and died, right? As a baby, she died. I don't remember if she was stillborn or not, but she died. Jue came and gave her another chance at life. Jue revived her. And this pretty much established a connection between Jue as a sentinel and Jinshi. That's the reason why she's currently magistrate. She is the one who can, you know, properly communicate with Jue. I don't know if there's even a problem with communication. Anyway, she is Jue's resonator. She is pretty much the chosen one by the sentinel, right? And that's the reason why she became magistrate and why she's special. And there's an interesting concept being introduced as a sort of a second awakening of a resonator, where in a near-death state, if pushed far enough, they can awaken an even more powerful version of their resonance, right? Which is what I think what we actually see Jinshi use in her normal kit. The Jinshi character that you can get from pools is actually the version from after this story, I believe, right? After she managed to gain the powers of Jue and properly control them. Right, there's more of these, but this one's chill. But yeah, I really enjoyed Jinshi's lore in general, right? And I really hope I'm gonna enjoy Changli's lore. What did I do wrong? Am I stupid? I think I might be stupid. Anyway. Ah, hello. I was actually thinking, when are we getting, you know, a proper trial thing? Because I knew I remembered something. But yeah, we got Jinshi, Changli, and of course Rover. And if Rover is available, I will be using Rover. Okay. Please come more towards here. Thank you very much. Oh god, this guy is quite tanky from the looks of it. Again, if you're new to the series, the rule of the account pretty much is I can only really use ranged units and slash characters unless absolutely necessary to use anything else. And depending on my choices, I'm only allowed to use Rover, and if Rover is not available at all, I can only use the first character that I got in my party slot. Of course, if one of the characters is a pistol character, I can use that pistol character. Like, that's a given. So for example, if Rover wasn't here and I don't know, I got Jian as my third trial, oh god, that I went high. Then I would have been allowed to use Jinshi in this situation, because Jinshi is the first character that I got placed as when I entered the trial.
It's Madam Magistrate. She's back. I must go tell Lady Xinyi.
I think I'll actually make it there before you do. Ah, well, if I don't go properly, I won't. See, I made it first. What, are you just gonna wave, not tell her that we're here? Bruh. Hello. You know what I really like about this room? The fact that it's the water is frozen, but not like because it's ice. The water is frozen in time. Like, it's such a cool little concept, right? Especially for a sentinel, for a being that can control time. You can stop even water and make it like it's as if it's solid, you know? Do we actually get to see Jue, or... Ooh, little cutscene, let's go.
I can feel the Sentinel's presence inside, but it's not responding.
Oh my god, it's majestic. Welcome back to the land of the living, Jue. Now, I really like the fact, you see that water, right? It's slowly freezing in time behind it in the air. That's like so cool. That's like so desktop background worthy. Like, bro. And she does a little salute. I didn't even realize that. Hello, Jue. How's it going?
Jinshi, it has been quite some time.
Yeah, quite some time indeed.
I should have died a long time ago. But I was lucky enough to be saved by you, allowing me the chance to see the glittering lights of Jinzhou for myself. You rewinded time to save me. I am responsible. Jinzhou is my home. If it's ever in danger, I will do everything in my power to protect what I hold dear, even at the cost of my own life.
Such a valiant speech. Do you know the weight of this decision?
I understand your concerns. I will reach my second awakening with our destined confrontation and restore the time flow. Are you willing to bet on me?
Restore the time flow. Pray, from where does this confidence arise? You are my resonator, but your strength is only a fraction of mine. There is little chance for you to retreat unscathed.
But I can at least win some hope for our people. Even if it costs me my soul, my everything. I cannot die without trying. I may only bear your power for a fleeting moment. It's all I need to secure a better future for Jinzhou, defying all of your predictions, and I can keep you safe. If there is anyone who can face you in a fight, that person has to be your resonator. I will be your final winning move in this game.
Are you truly ready to challenge a being worshipped by your kind? Will you not regret it when you meet your bitter demise?
I will not regret it. No matter what.
Very well, Magistrate of Jinzhou. Come to the summit. Demonstrate your prowess. Show me how you shall be my triumphant ace.
Think you can catch up?
And we're reaching towards the summit.
One is curious about your choice this time. Wherever the tides may take us, you will.
Shouldn't it be Lady Arbiter in this situation? Because I chose the female rover rather than the male rover. Then again, Lord is more of a title necessarily than a gender. Well, it is kind of gender specific when you think about it, but it is more of a title that's gendered. Anyway, I was just curious. But yeah, I don't know. The whole thing, as if you guys remember back in 1.0 during the story,
By virtue. Chi, do you keep this in mind?
Yes. Virtue must come first. Politics, commerce, it all must serve the people.
From now on, you shall be known as Jinshi, bearing Jinzhou's name as your own. What do you think of this world?
Like here. Darkness clings, but lights flicker in the gloom.
A guiding light, resilient.
That's why they stand out so brightly against the darkness.
ooh. Yeah, I had to leave this cutscene play because I really enjoyed these last couple cutscenes of the story. But yeah, back in 1.0, we learned that the Fraxidus captured Jue, and Scar told us of a prophecy. The prophecy that Jinshi would have to fight Jue sometimes soon. And of course, now with this whole thing, we know why. So what happens is that because Jinshi is the appointed resonator of Jue, because of their because of their powers working together. Like Jinshi was born as a child that perfectly resonates with Jue, or almost perfectly resonates with Jue, which is frequency, because this whole world works on the power of frequencies, like sound. Right? And because of that, Jinshi has the ability to do a second awakening and being able to use Jue's power of time rewind. And then she would use that power to fix the timeline, fix the time flow of Mount Firmament. But this required not only a fight between Jue and Jinshi to bring her to the point of the second awakening, but also a way for Jue to sort of test Jinshi's resolve in doing this, right? Which is what was in the previous cutscene with the conversation between Jinshi and Jue. And now, it's time to do it. But of course the first fight will have to be will have to be using the Jinshi trial, because I literally do not have any other character that I can use here, because Jinshi is the only one. And I find it funny how I'm using like Jue to fight Jue, you know, like with the abilities. I really enjoyed this boss fight because it's such a grandiose one, right? With Jue flying all around. I didn't even think I would hit there. But yeah, it's such a fun boss fight.
Lady Arbiter. May this one transfer the temporal mandate to Jinshi. This one has heard your decision. What do you think of this?
They deserve a brighter future.
The transfer has been carried out as you instructed. Jinshi, one shall honor one's promise and restore Jinjo's future to you and its people.
And she's done it. Such beautiful cutscenes, right? The last couple ones, ever since Jue's got out of the chamber, right? And yeah, like I'm really curious and excited to see where the lore is going to go from here, right? Especially with the reveal that the rover is, you know, the Lord Arbiter, the one who created. Well, I think that comes up right now. The one who created the Sentinel, at least at least this one, possibly the other ones as well, and also being most likely a part of the founding members of Jinjo. Like seriously, it's such an interesting reveal and such a big difference to have a character that's so integral to the history of the world, unlike, you know, the travelers in Genshin, where well, at least the traveler, the abyss sibling is more influential in the history of the world, right? But I'm talking about the main character that you play as, because in Genshin your character is more of a you know, reactionary to what has already happened. Well, here it's like, and doesn't really have a role in the history of Teyvat, while here you actively have one.
One will soon, with all matters resolved. One is prepared to answer, I am Jue the Sentinel. You are my arbiter. In bygone days, I stood by your side as you established
There it is.
Jinzhou City.
You established Jinzhou
You
City.
tasked me. This one begs your pardon.
Yeah, Jue only has memories starting with its creation and its / activation.
One is prepared to answer any inquiry.
So yeah, I think there's not much left within the story, but I gotta say one thing. To me, at least, the story for 1.1 feels a lot better than the story for 1.0. It's also possible that they sort of crammed all the different chapters of the first part of the story, right, up to the fight with the Ternodian, in a single patch, right? Maybe if we would have went through like 2 or 3 patches where, you know, or 2 patches. The story feels like a 2-patch story, where, you know, we have the first half told in the first part and the second half in the second part, right? So you would have an entire patch's worth of story to introduce the characters, introduce the world, introduce the different factions, and then the second part in 1.1, which would have been, we could have went ahead and dealt with the Ternodian threat, right? That way you would also have the possibility to introduce some characters that they didn't do throughout the main story. Like Ling Yang, for example, does have his own story quest, but is not introduced throughout the main story, while he does appear when you're protecting the gates of Jinzhou. And there's a couple other characters like that which you do not meet throughout the main story that do appear there, right? And you're like, who are those guys? And they could have used the first patch to flash that out, while using the second patch to do the Ternodian threat. But yeah, I feel like the fact that the story had much more space to breathe in 1.1, because it, you know, it's a more condensed story and it has a longer time to play out, technically, it felt much better. And I'm really curious to see where the writing for Wu is going to go from now on. Now, even though what I just said earlier sounded like a conclusion and what would lead into me ending the video, there is one last thing I need to do for this episode, and that is defeating the final world boss, well, weekly boss, sorry, not world boss, the final weekly boss, which is Jue, who just got unlocked. Now, you might be like, well, you defeated Jue. Well, yeah, but not with pistols only, but not with Chisha. Alto and Mortefi, right? So let's get to that.
It's nick of time. Bullets fly.
Oh, bring it on! Watch and learn!
Oh, and we also got the Echo. Now, the interesting thing about this fight is there's four weekly bosses, right? At least from what I've seen. Can I actually check that? No, I cannot. But from what I have seen, two of them are very aggressive in the sense that they're always in your face and doing attacks, so you don't really have time limit. Right. Anyway, so you don't really have much time to use Shisha's E through its entirety, so you get the bonus damage from the special bullet. While the other two actually are very chill in their patterns and allow you to do it quite easily. You can actually go here, I think one of these weekly challenges. Yeah, so there's Chaotic Juncture, Statue of the Crownless, Destined Confrontation, and Bellborn Geoshalone. Like, the Bellborn and Jue both are very passive. Like, Jue does a lot of attacks, right? Lots of cool patterns and whatnot. But it does allow you more than enough time to get Shisha's entire, like, E off, possibly even both one after the other. While Crownless and Scar, of course, are very in your face, doing continuous attacks and combos, so you don't really get the time to properly do it. Well, you do get some time in Scar's second phase, but yeah. Also, if you've been wondering what this is Tales from Mount Firmament, which is another thing I kind of wanted to get a couple more Asterite from, right? Before the event ends, because there's like 22 hours left on this one too. But yeah, that's about it. Right now, there's not really any main mission. There's a bunch of tutorial quests I still need to do. I know. This is for like to unlock a mechanic to do puzzles and Mountain Melodies. Oh yeah, this one. Because it's for the chimes, which is really nice thing that they're adding new collectibles. Like, rather than increasing the amount of resonance caskets that you can go get to the guy in Jinjo, they introduced a new collectible, which is slightly more interactive to get because you can just snipe them out. And I do it. Just okay. I'd like to turn in wind chimes, and yeah, you get quite a bunch of rewards from here, right? That's right, at every level, and some wave bands and stuff for Rover. Of course, unfortunately, I cannot use Rover unless the developers decide to actually make it in such a way that you can change Rover's weapon. Which I still want to see something like that from one of these, like, this type of gacha game, right? Which you could say that technically it's in Star Rail, right? But I'm talking in one of these open world action RPG gachas, right? Like Genshin and Wuwa. I would really like to see, you know, the Traveler or the Rover be able to wield all of the weapons and just maybe change their elements. But then again, that would mean lots of different animations and lots of different models to do for each of them. So yeah, with my rant out of the way about using multiple weapons, because that would mean one more gun character, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did, why not leave a like, comment, or even subscribe. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next one.